Welcome back to the Real Estate 401k Show. I'm your host, Mike Weinstein. We are down Ryan Gertis, Dirty Gertie, but we got Justin Frederick in the house. So I don't know. Do we?
It's actually kind of fun, when it's us.
Dude, let's just start talking shit about him.
Yeah.
Like let's just spend the entire
yeah. It must be nice to be on vacation
for the next 4 months.
Right. Just got back from Alaska, now going to Seattle.
Yeah. Well, anyways, you're going to want to text the word STRAIT to 623-AZ Recon. That's STRAIT to 623-AZ Recon. 2.5 months ago, never even heard of the Strait of Hormuz. Nor did I know where it was on a map, nor did I know who controlled it, nor did I really care. All I cared about was being able to put gasoline in my car for
a big deal.
For a decent price. That's
Yeah.
all. That's my whole skill level on my cars. I can
Just putting gas in.
I can put gas in and I can drive.
Can you do the windshield wiper thing?
Like turn it on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can turn it on.
That's good.
Yeah, not filling it full of fluid. I'm not
okay.
not so sure, right? And I don't even know if I could change a tire anymore because they got these old. You got the special lug nut key, right?
Right.
And so they're still on the floor in my car in the back seat on the floor.
Well, at least you know where they're at.
I know where
That's a big deal.
I know where they're at. Well, anyways, so so we got this conflict going on in Iran, Justin, and we are not here to talk politics. I don't care. You don't care what side I'm on, and I don't care what side you're on. All I know is we are getting a lot of questions, and people want to know, how is the conflict in Iran impacting real estate, and if so, how much?
So, the big thing is the cost of the price of oil, the price of gasoline, right? So it's creating inflation. Inflation numbers have just been shooting up. We've saw, I believe it was April's numbers were just dramatically higher than expected. And we were supposed to be still on the downside from COVID. So we got inflation numbers going back up because the price of transporting product has gone up. So in those cases, product's gone up as well. So that plays a tough role in mortgage rates. Typically when inflation goes up, mortgage rates go up. And so we've seen rates go up. However, it's been very volatile. And partly the reason why it's been volatile is we've also had the government stepping in or the Fed stepping in and figuring out paying off some federal debt, which has made the bond market recover, which makes interest rates recover from those increases on bond rates. But consumer confidence levels have dropped. And I think a lot of that has to do with, again, the price of gas and what that's doing to the consumer's pocket. But it's definitely played a role in what we've seen in interest rates. We've seen interest rates go up. At one point, from March 2nd, we lost 490 basis points. And what that looks like on interest rates, just to give you an idea, that's over a full % on the mortgage rate. But we figured out ways to get it to come back down, kind of counteracting that. So although we've seen movement, our rates are still looking positive for what we could have seen.
Yeah, people always ask me, how's the conflict impacting real estate, and is this a good time to sell? Well, the answer always depends. If you've got no choice other than to sell because of job relocation and so forth, then yeah, it's a good time to sell. In every market, it's a good time to sell. But really, at the end of the day, it's not a good time to be a seller, and the numbers are suggesting that. People go, is it a good time to buy? I go, well, yeah, depends. But if you're an opportunist and you want to take advantage of what's going on in the market right now, and you want to take advantage of this conflict in Iran, then it's an incredible time to be a buyer. But we haven't, I haven't since the beginning of the conflict, really have not seen the conflict impact the data as far as the real estate activity. But over the last couple of weeks, we're finally seeing it. I saw a significant drop in the amount of new listings. That's typically always very stable, up 1%, down 2%. But it dropped like 10% over the last couple of weeks. We've seen a significant decline in the amount of new pendings, new properties going under escrow. So back to being a seller, you don't want to be a seller. You want to be a buyer right now. This is a great time to be a buyer because sellers are getting a little bit more desperate. You do not have right now as many buyers in the market. That is what you want. Like, if you go into a restaurant, you want to take your spouse out to a very nice restaurant. And, there's a big difference between asking for a reservation Saturday at 6 o'clock as opposed to Tuesday night at 5:30. Tuesday night at 5:30, you got a better shot at getting that reservation because you don't have as many people. The demand for Tuesdays at 5:30 aren't as big on Saturdays, and the same thing with real estate. You don't have when you don't have as many buyers in the market, it just bodes well for buyers. But just in the pushback that I'm getting, yeah, Mike, I get that. Yeah, we're gonna get a great deal. We're gonna get a bunch of concessions, but rates are still really high, and rates are killing me, and I don't want to jump in because of rates.
So just to kind of go back to your statistics on what's happening with, you've seen a big drop in listings and buyers. We've seen mortgage applications drop 28%. And that's a big drop compared to what we saw first quarter. For first quarter, we were up for the first time since like 2021, 2022, I want to say. So that's a big deal, especially with what we were expecting from 2026. So huge wrench that's been thrown in there. But tell me this, Mike. If you're
Riddle me this, Batman.
If you're a seller and you have a fully let's just say updated home, everything's well taken care of, is this really a bad time to sell and buy?
If you have a home that I can come in and eat off the floor, meaning I don't have to replace any flooring, I don't have to update the kitchen, I don't have to paint, and if I'm priced properly, it's always a great time to be a seller. But more so in this market, those are the people. Those are the homes that are getting sold in the quickest amount of time because they're pretty much move-in ready, and it's priced properly.
So I mean, I feel like I've seen that too. I've had a few buyers that are going after some of these properties, and they're getting outbidded. And
yeah,
I'm still seeing
and you got to be
that.
careful because that's not indicative as a whole to the market. It's just because the house is priced properly and it is move-in ready.
And I just want to throw that out there. There might be a shot because it's kind of give and take. If you need to move or if you want to move, maybe you can sell your house for what you're wanting to get and then go buy a house for much less than what you wanted all at the same time and get those seller concessions and get the repairs that you want. So just want to throw that out there. But yeah, definitely seen a fall off of applicants for buying homes. Seen the pullback on so much of the multiple offers on a property, but they're still out there, especially in different states.
Yeah. Well, I don't ever speak to other states because I don't. You are licensed in half of the country.
Yeah.
I can only speak to Arizona.
Yeah. But I definitely think that the government's stepping in here, doing what needs to be done to keep rates at the lower side of things. I just wish we could get through this Strait of Hormuz and get this taken care of so we can get gas prices down too.
But I tell you what, if you're a buyer, you want maybe this whole conflict to last a little bit longer.
Maybe you do.
and please keep in mind, at the time that we are in the studio, the conflict's going on. By the time this thing gets dropped on the interwebs and all two of our followers watch it, this whole thing could be.
We're doing this for you guys.
We're doing it for you. If you want to learn more about how to take advantage of this market, if you are a buyer and you want to take advantage of the market, and you want some smart strategies, go ahead and text the word STRAIT to 623-AZ-RECON. That's STRAIT to 623-AZ-RECON, and we'll connect with you and we'll help build out a strategy. But also, if you're in the market, big concerns, Justin, are, these homes are getting older. I might have to replace the roof. Roof inspections are coming back a little shoddy right now, and HVAC systems. This is the market to negotiate a brand new roof and a brand new AC unit. Because part of our strategy has always been we there's two rounds of negotiations as far as we're concerned. The first round is the meeting of the minds. Buyer agrees to pay X price for seller's home, and here's all the conditions and everything like that. And then in Arizona, our standard inspection period is 10 days. We use this form called a BINSR, and that is the form that a buyer within the 10 days can elect to just cancel the contract. They can accept the premises as is, or they can give that seller an opportunity to repair things. In this market right now, sellers are just beat down. They do not want to have that house back. And now, if the house is built in 2001, the roof's going to be fine and the HVAC's going to be fine. But if it's a 25-year-old house, original roof, even though there's no leaks, AC is working great, but it's still 25 years old. Those two things, they're big ticket items and they're ticking time bombs. This is the market during the end of that inspection period, just I hate to say it, but just take advantage of the seller's angst. They don't want that house back. They probably have already started packing. They're already getting ready to move. And and the house had already been on the market for 90 to 100 days. They don't want to go back on the market for another 90 to 100 days. This is the time to negotiate those things and get those things. And if you have an agent and they are submitting this BINSR form on between day 2 and 8, ouch. Take advantage of the full 10-day window.
Yeah, they got too much time to communicate if you're talking to the sellers early on what needs to be repaired. But I've seen you guys do this 100 times. I've seen you guys, do a shorter close of escrow, let's just say 21 days, wait till day 9 to submit the BINSR. And
you know why? You want to know why I always do it on day 9 instead of day 10? In case I have a little too much to drink on day 9 and I wake up on day 10 and it escapes me because that's the last position I don't want to wake up on day 11 and go.
That's a good idea.
But also what people don't know is it's really interesting when I submit this BINSR, the day that I submit the BINSR is actually day 0. The following day becomes day 1. So in essence, you get 10 and a half days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, little secret there.
Yeah. Well, I've seen you guys do it so many times, and a lot of times we're popping out with, we're getting everything repaired. Sometimes we're coming in with extra seller credits. Sometimes we're getting things repaired after the closing. We always find a way to get way more out of that.
Dude, what would you rather have? Let me ask you this: what's better, a 1% rate buy down, or a $20,000 brand new roof? And that's a legitimate question. I don't know.
Oh, you said 1% rate buy down?
Yeah.
I'll take a 1% rate buy down all day long. Let me take that back. It depends on what the rates are and what I think that they're going to go down to.
And it also depends on cash on hand.
Correct. But if it was today, I would take a 1% rate buy down, 100%. If I could get a low 5, yeah, I'm walking with that. That's great. I mean, that would save you so much money. Let me ask you this. Would you rather buy a new build right now, or would you rather buy a resale and be able to work the negotiations? That's one of my biggest questions that I've been
you know my answer, Justin. It depends. I personally, I'm looking at the numbers. Now, if the builder is offering me a $499 rate, and it's a spec home that's going to be complete in the next 90 to 120 days, chances are I'm going to go that route.
Yeah.
But you also have to keep in mind, if you show up to a builder and you say, I want lot 121 and this is the model I want, there's no rate buy downs. There's no discounts on rates.
You have to go with the specs.
You have to go with the specs. And so it just really, but this is the other thing that people don't understand. We do it all the time. Is you walk into a builder and they got their spec sheet, and here's lot 12, and here's the price. Here's lot 18, and this is the price, and it'll be ready in 60 days. And then lot 32, and you like lot 32, and it's move-in ready, and here's the price. That price, in my opinion, is just a suggestion. So it just comes down to value. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I can get a resale across the street and get a better deal on it, then and maybe 2 or 3 years old, but so there's just too many factors.
Sure.
But I love new builds.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
I love them.
Well, and I think that's important for people to know too, that you see that as a suggested price. Most agents, when they're going in there, tell their clients that's the price. There's no negotiating with new builds. That you're going to get that. That's it. And I feel like that's super common. So
I had
cool.
one. We have a fellow client of ours. They bought a new build a rental property, and we got $30,000
That was huge.
under.
It was huge.
And
I remember this was last summer.
And then I was doing my 6-month portfolio review with him, and I'm like, listen, the values maintain the same. So, but I can tell you, you walked into $30,000 worth of equity because I see all the other similar homes that they sold for that original list price.
Yeah.
And even then, I was like, man, how did I mean,
You guys pulled it off, and
yeah.
the concessions.
all right, well, there's a lot of factors, a lot of strategies that go into taking advantage of this market and being a savvy buyer. Would love to have that conversation with you. All you got to do is text the word STRAIT to 623-AZ-RECON. That's STRAIT to 623-AZ-RECON.